Hello, everybody.
Hello. Where was my fancy graphic there?
I can't see anything.
My fancy swoop graphic didn't happen. I wonder why that was.
You can trigger it again if you want.
It's all right. We missed the opportunity.
All right.
What are those things even called? Anyways, we got better things to worry about. Welcome back to the MARZ live stream. We're back in our normal places today.
Yes.
But I think we're going to still do a little bit of 3D stuff and a little bit of music stuff. We're going to combine it together because we like to work together on things, and it's always fun to see what we come up with when we team up and create cool art. So today, I think challenge myself and challenge Cory to try to put together a quick little animation with sound effects in the course of this hour. Let's see if we can do it. I have a character here y'all might recognize. Let me switch here. So we all know. Oh, whoa. I didn't mean to. I wanted to do it live, but Cory just got it spoiled. Hold on.
I've never said I didn't see that.
So here's our old Cory, and now we have Swole Cory over here. He's Cory's arch nemesis in this virtual world, and I think we're gonna do a quick little fight scene. So I figured I'd challenge Cory to come up with some music. This might end up being a two-parter because I don't know if we can make this the quality it deserves in the short time we have. But we'll at least start it. So I figured some good fight, Mortal Kombat boss music would be a fun little challenge. So while I animate, Cory's going to come up with some tunes.
Yeah.
So if y'all want, should I show both of our screens, you think?
Sure, I think
so.
Okay.
I think I gotta fix that. Let me just take a duplicate of this. Let me get that set up real quick while Cory starts to think about his
thinking. I'm already messing around. So I've got this VST plugin that's an emulation of the sound chip from the NES. It's kind of fun. I'm trying to figure out what it can do because it's got some pretty esoteric controls over here. Cool. That's weird. I like that kind of thing. Here, let me eject my backup hard drive. That would probably be smart. It's backing up.
Oh, there we go.
I'm running a backup through my USB hub right now, which is probably why my MIDI notes are lagging.
That's what I wanted. All right. How's that for all y'all? A little weird, I know. I haven't quite figured out a good way to get have everybody have even space without it being too small where you can't see what we're doing.
Oh yeah.
It doesn't quite work with, and plus Cory's screen isn't quite the same aspect ratio.
Oh yeah, sorry,
so
it'd be difficult.
It's a little bit hard to. I gotta give him a hard time about it. But okay, so I should probably look up a reference for this, but I don't really have a whole lot of time to go searching for something that I like. So I'm just gonna I'm gonna block out my animations here a little bit just because I kind of have an idea what I want to do. But this is using the Rigify rigs here in Blender. I actually just copied and pasted the same rig. So I think we're just gonna do, I don't think I'm gonna do much of a background, but I want to do some low angle, low camera angles here. Add in my camera and get just some poses in. Oh, I don't have all my quick keys set up here.
Cool. In the meantime, I'm over here. Boss battle theme. I think minor I'm going for old school Nintendo because we were talking about doing video game music things. So when I hear boss battle theme, I think metal music. Most of the time, the way people in old school video game music stuff decided to convey the idea of boss fights was like using sounds of metal music. So lots of like dissonant power chord kind of sounds, minor keys, chromaticism. So that's why we're hearing. And I'll let that be kind of an idea, and then we're gonna like program some just like straight up metal kind of style drums. So for that, we're gonna want I'm thinking about going for a really like process sounding thing because it sounds kind of fun.
Already very intimidating here.
Something about that one like sounds Bowser-esque to me. Going like for a Bowsy vibe. So let's see what we can hook up here with this thing. All right, yeah, we're getting somewhere. Okay. Yeah, cool. I like that kind of vibe. It's like it's really over the top, which is like you know, kind of like this model of me.
Over the top? What do you mean? It's accurate. Do a dramatic turnaround. That would be good. Maybe I'll have
I don't anticipate wanting to use that sound, so I'm gonna do a little trick that I like to do when I'm programming or trying to play in metal drums. I'm gonna like copy the kick over so it's on 2 different pads, so I can do that kind of stuff and like do like a little bit of a roll. And I'm gonna tighten up. I'm gonna reduce my buffer size. Let's just get some like heavy guitars in here to just like make it make sense. His preset is called Pizza to Go. I think that's very silly, so let's use that. Oh, and it's like it's a wavetable. I'm gonna shorten the release time on that because it's gonna sound pretty wild when we flip it through Scream Dream, which is we used to use this preset on Louis' vocals all the time.
Oh, really? On
all
the
the time. Yeah, on the vocals all the time, constantly. Right? Doesn't this sound like old weird Bowser music?
Yeah, that's seems pretty accurate.
All right, so I'm just gonna roll with that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna jam out this thing. So like I sort of like set myself for like key of D. Not very impressive when you play the wrong instrument, right? I kind of, even though that's like super weird, I don't really think that idea necessarily works great.
Oops.
All right, this is sounding pretty boss battle-y to me. What do you think, Jay?
Yeah? Definitely getting somewhere. Oops.
I was gonna. Too much reverb on there, eh?
Standoff.
I also don't really like how long that kick lasts, so let's like.
Add some animation to this camera later. Just get my basic. We don't have very long here, so.
There we go. And then I'm gonna copy that over. Hey. Cool. So let's just like jam this out. This is gonna be my guitar theme. This is gonna come around and I'll like have the drums enter, and then like this synth thing I created will come in a little bit later. So we'll start with this this sort of guitar loop, and then we'll introduce some drums momentarily. Here comes a recording. Oh, I should probably put that on the right track. All right, it's pretty sloppy, but whatever. That's why we edit. So I'd say like that's probably like an all right like stab at an 8-bar loop. Let's just quantize it, and then. That should those hits got stopped. I think it actually is supposed to start more like here, eh? What's going on? Like yawn?
I want him to move.
Yeah, that feels like a fill. I think that got trimmed the wrong way. I love this like sound of us like getting lost in our own processes.
Yeah. I don't want that to go here and go there.
Really didn't do a very good job of capturing that.
Whoa. I don't want the hat to cut off his head though, so I gotta figure out maybe he steps this way a little bit. Stands up taller. So I'm just getting my key poses in right now, so nothing like fancy, but just enough to like kind of visualize what is happening. So like, just think about the. I think I'm gonna like cross his arms or something. That'd be good.
Nice. Getting aggro over there.
Mm-hmm.
Should really like.
And crossing your arms.
Make
is
sure
one
you
of-
get some good walk-up time. I mean, musically.
Oh yeah. Maybe I'll have Maybe I'll have them walk. I think they're kind of already looking at each other, so I might do a walk up like right before they take some swings. It's a weird. How does that work?
So I'm gonna go program in some extra kicks because I think that I could really use that too, like to feel like a really like trashy metal sound.
If I have time to get this pose perfect to it. It's such a weird thing. Like how do you cross your arms?
Me? You need a reference?
Yeah, okay, yeah. Or I got that wrong arm in front of the other. See, like, that's one of those weird things. It's like, I do it all the time, but don't know how you actually do it.
Right, funny.
The wrong arm in front. That's better. Kind of. Good enough. I actually kind of liked it the other way, but maybe I just have that. There we go. Is that intimidating enough? That works. So I'm just keying in the whole pose. So now he's going to slide a little bit. And they just move him over. A tad bit that way. He's kind of sliding still, but it's not a big deal. Have him lean into that. Not that much. Subtle lean. Still too much like foot movement here. What you can do is just select those and duplicate those over. And the feet stay planted. Oh yeah, a little like side lean, like he's leaning on that leg. That makes sense. Just still a little bit too far, but let's see. Have the hips move and then the hips move over. It's got some sass to him. There we go. Yeah. I like it. Cool. Oh, whoops. No, not my pose. Gotta select all of it and key it in there. Now I gotta change that camera since I'm scooting them over a little bit. So let's go back to object mode, camera. Grab that. Kind of want to go, whoops. I'm using my walk navigation to line this up. Find it to be a lot easier to pose cameras with this. Come.
So let's make this a little shreddier. We'll like add some like little variations to this riff, like some like little brings or something, you know?
This should not have any keys on it. Okay, rest of the turning. So I wanted to start there and then, oops, shoot. Stop my camera. There we go. Always remember to key things in. And I actually just add this camera movement here. It's a little more dynamic. If I actually keyed it in, there we go. One thing with this is that it does have that we talked about this last time, the handles on here that have kind of that easing in and out, so I just want this to be a straight vector so it doesn't like try to, if I did this the same way, kind of have a slight motion on there, and then just select those both at V and vector. Yeah, so it keeps that motion going.
Nice. How long are you shooting for this thing, Jay?
So if they go swing, probably like, let's call it That would be 10 seconds, 12 seconds maybe? It's going to be short.
All right, yeah.
12, 15.
Okay,
at
yeah,
most.
I'm already ambitious here.
Okay.
So, so we're just gonna reduce all of this like lead-in time. Actually, probably the simplest way to go about that is just delete this time out.
Have them keep turning it around. And then turn around even more. And then crouch down. Pull this arm. I kind of like the arms back. Maybe this one goes forward. Nah. He's getting into a fighting stance. It's not like that. Turning the torso. I don't know. Let's try that. This is change right there. Oh, that's still pretty good. Yeah, I like that. Ooh, I like that on the turn. Yeah. Love these low angle turn, low angle shots with the reaction shots with the tilt. Gets real dynamic. So one thing also with composing shots is like checking out the silhouette. That's one big thing in animations is checking your silhouettes, that you have some like if you there are ways you can do it in Blender where you can turn off. I think there's a way you can just do like diffuse. Some way you can have it where it's only kind of essentially makes it like silhouettes. I can't remember what the button was. It's normal. There, mist works. So there's a silhouette, like you can kind of see the shapes.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. That way you just kind of get an idea of like, of course I just lost my pose. There we go. Can be helpful at some point. So that's just switching in here. It's not really made for this, but it's, you know, it works that way too. Just changing your render pass to the mist data. You can go back to combined once you're done. So it should be like, your silhouette should be a clear, you should be able to tell what's happening just based on your silhouette alone. It's a good habit to get into, checking the silhouettes.
Totally. So this thing is still running a little long for like Jay's length he's giving me, but I feel like I can't really musically make it much shorter and have it make any sense.
I can make this longer.
But well, totally. But here's what I can do: I can just change my tempo a bit. A little bit much. That's fully 30% faster. That's kind of a lot. Or no, I'm sorry. That's like yeah, more like 50% faster.
I want to make sure he doesn't like stop in the middle of that. All right, here's grab this. We don't need him to be animating right this second. Okay. Now this guy. What's your arch nemesis name?
Oh man, I'm like I want to call him like a worry.
A worry.
But like that's not very good. You know what I mean? Okay, I'm trying just like a shortening idea here. Like what if it was just like this, just like real brief. This thing wraps up at like 11 seconds. This might be better for you, Jay.
Yeah.
That's 12, you know, like that's 12 seconds of music plus a little longer like tail, you know?
That's not too bad.
Let's get some like cheese ball lead guitar sounds in here.
think I'm.
Does that thing do that without all that crazy and chorus?
Why is the arm doing that? Oh man.
That's a great sound.
Being a little funky here. Preserve the volume. That might help.
All right, this is gonna drive everybody on the stream nuts, but I'm gonna improvise over this for a second. So I'm just gonna turn myself down. Just to, I've got my like overall volume really reduced. By the way, like this is pretty freaking loud. Here's full volume, brother, just for everyone's.
I still had it turned down in here too.
So yeah, I'm gonna turn it down just so no one has to hear me wail over this roof.
I don't know what's happening. This is just part of this low poly model. Is it's trying to do some weird shading on the arm, but I'm not too worried about it. Just wanted to. One thing we could do is reset this. Suppose clear all transforms and then bring it back around. That way we know it's.
That was cool.
Maybe I want to rotate this whole thing at the shoulder. That might give me better results.
There's a concept that it took a second to emerge, but it emerged. So if anyone's paying attention to what I'm doing, I'm captured what I played, and what I played was very bad. So I'm going through here and editing it.
I don't have any fingers, so. I don't know what the propose is, but gotta get him to start moving before the camera. Not that soon.
Yeah, baby. That's what I like. So obviously this is
people do, like, what's that move, the Bruce Lee thing?
I
don't know if it has a name, but Bruce Lee does it. It's not enough time.
I guess you're just gonna get.
Looks weird.
What?
His little hand.
I thought you were noticing this like bizarre dissonance I'm programming in. For those of you following along at home, I'm programming in notes half step below the notes I want, so we get this horrid sound.
Definitely boss music sounding.
It seems to like not want to like have it happen again though, which is interesting. So I wonder if I need to just like. Oh, that's. Sounds like that Windows like.
A Windows thing?
Oh, maybe it's a Mac OS sound.
Is that a Mac OS sound? That's terrible.
I mean, like played on a distorted guitar.
Keep adding some motion here so it's not totally still. Getting a little too into the details here, but that's okay. happening there? Is the timing? Something. Got some keyframes there that I don't want. There we go. It's not quite what I was going for, but
I don't know what I'm going for anymore.
Oh, sorry. Maybe I'll just make him dab. Then you'll want to beat him up.
I feel like I need to make some room for this bass because I feel like I can't even hear this bass playing right now. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just like high pass this. High pass that guitar, and then let's just like correspondingly like boost the bass. Yeah, common sound for metal is to like dip some mids. It's called scooped mid sound. Probably these sounds are pretty scooped already, but let's scoop them even more.
Is he just gonna flex at you? Yeah, I think he's just gonna flex. I'm gonna do some JoJo posing here.
Nice.
Pose. It's not a pose, that's something else, but okay. Don't have much time.
Oh my goodness, we don't, do we?
Maybe I'll do like. I wanted to at least get this blocked out. You just tell how long this stuff takes. Even though we're like trying to do it fast,
Right.
it's not exactly something that happens fast.
That's nice and tidy compared to what I had.
Oh, maybe he'll like do the whole like shoulder roll thing, like he's, getting ready to
Yeah.
punch. Let me undo that then. I want to keep that pose.
You get a little, so you're like you get about 5 seconds of like lead-in time before this music really gets going.
Okay.
Would it help to like have it or like a copy of it at this juncture?
I think that would be perfect. I think that will work. I can space it so that that's exactly when.
Cool. Yeah, I can give you like the exact timestamp. It's like 5.217, right? Is the exact timestamp. So,
Okay.
I can like pop you out a WAV file real quick that you can throw in your timeline if that's helpful, but I don't know if that improves anything for you or not.
Probably at this point, just the timestamp will be enough.
Okay.
To like.
Yeah, I figured.
Let's see, Swole Cory.
So since I have a moment here, I feel like oftentimes a simple music idea comes together a lot quicker than a simple 3D animation idea. So I'm gonna take this moment to do a little bit of simple mixing stuff. I think this will feel a lot heavier if I sidechain my guitars to the kick. So I'm gonna try and do that. So yeah, I love to add this big Q spike to the kick frequency, so it creates these like really clear transients. And I want this to work really fast since these kicks play some fast rhythms. Really quickly abandoned that idea I started with, huh? With that like synth. It's not even in there anymore.
Oh, I know what I could do. I'd do like a. It looks so terrible. No. His arm is so broken. I'm those of you that have used Blender before, I'm using the double tapping R rotate tool, which is like it's almost like, it's great for posing because it sort of unlocks it from the view and it moves it around almost as if it was like on kind of a like I don't know what you call it, kind of like on a gimbal, sort of. It's like a gimbal rotate kind of tool. That's a little better. Something like that. What's happening at the end? Oh my goodness. This is the workflow, folks.
Yeah, baby.
Although not, probably would spend more time in the early planning phases of actually deciding all my camera angles and stuff before I went and did this, but
Let's just like, we'll have that turn into a reverby sound. Just like give it some motion so something. I feel like I could maybe reintroduce it. It wouldn't be so weird now.
oops.
And then we can kind of play that little lick at the end. Yeah, it ties it all together. Yes, sounds like the vibe. All right, here it is. Here's the current version. Or here, actually, never mind. I take it back. I'm gonna throw a couple more things on it before I hear it again. I like to glue things together with the glue a bit. Relatively long attack, short release. I kind of want this thing to maybe pump a little bit.
Maybe get some more into a fighting stance here. That would make sense.
So this thing's gonna really gel it together real nice. We'll do a little dip at 300. Generally a smart move.
Let's do that. It's kind of leaning pretty far. Just get him in the.
All right, and because I'm feeling a little silly, oh, we gotta limit it. Let's put our limiter on. Try the color limiter.
Can't really make him do a fist though. I guess I totally forgot about that. They don't really have fingers or bendable hands. They just have
I can just slap.
So I slap each other. You can do a good karate chop.
Seems like this guy's vibe.
Yeah, probably. No. It looks good from this side. Sort of, not really, but might have to change my camera.
Okay, I'm ready. 43. Let's put in some funny sounds in here now that because
Need a good like slap sound effect in there. Who slaps who? Do you slap him down? Is that the vibe here? Or does he slap you down? What's he gonna do? Like, he's ready to fight.
Man. Let's see. Mini bosses.
There we go. Oh, that's a good shot. Okay, cool. That will work. Let's just lock that in. There we go. Yeah, sick. Nice. Then you can kind of have the camera that lined up pretty good.
Oh my gosh, there's so many of these. I love this. Love this, love this, love this so much. So many of these.
All right.
You recognize these sounds straight?
A little bit.
Some
Definitely Zelda stuff, but
Oh yeah. Well, those are good.
all right. I think I can actually pose, copy pose. I wonder if I can paste this pose onto you. Pose mode. Pose. Paste pose? Oh, hey, it does work. Sweet. Because since they're the same rig, you could just copy and paste stuff over. I wasn't sure how well it would work, but it worked perfectly. Just need to flip you around. Maybe change the stance a little bit.
Oh my gosh.
Maybe have. Did you find the Great Fairy there?
Yeah, I found all kinds of weird stuff. You know, I'm looking for what's his face? I'm looking for Beetle.
Oh.
I don't think I have the Beetle voices. Oh, he's definitely not labeled in here correctly.
You look like you're gonna dance now. That's all I can see Cory doing. This model just dances. Doesn't have any fighting moves. He only has dancing moves. Going in for the slap. He's getting ready.
Yes, I love it.
Though I wasn't planning to slap, but maybe that's what he's preparing for.
Man, does that ring a bell?
What is that? Yeah, no, oh, whoa.
If you associate it with this sound, does that ring a bell?
No, I don't think so.
These are samples from Earthworm Jim.
Oh, okay.
Do you ever play those games?
Not really, but I know what it is.
I played so much Earthworm Jim. So good.
Definitely am aware of it.
So good.
The problem I have is that I spun in the wrong way. Yeah, how can I fix this? I think if I just...
There we go. So chuck that at the end.
Let's go this way. Just get him with his arms up.
Whoa, that's cool.
You already had some Mortal Kombat stuff?
Yeah, these are all. This is actually Streets of Rage 2.
Oh, okay.
Some Street Fighter samples in here too.
That's not what I wanted. Why did it not? Oh, shoot. Might have an issue here with that.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I'm just trying to like
I love that move.
do a little
That's
spin.
sick. Man,
Didn't mean for him to go that way,
I'm,
but
I'm feeling so smooth right now.
got them slick Crocs on. You just slide around.
Whoa,
Let's see
dude, this is a great metal snare vibe. That sound.
Oh, wondering.
I want to make it
Go
sound
that
like
way.
hyperpop.
It's just my. So it's probably the fact that
I'm gonna reinforce that with this. Like this is the from Super
really
Smash.
trying to save some time.
From Smash Melee, this is the sound of Mario walking around it like on a metal when he's made of metal.
Oh, is that what that is? I guess I can.
Anyone who's watched the stream with any regularity knows that I fully got sucked into the trend of the metal snare.
Was that was a thing?
Yeah,
Oops.
it's kind of a.
Oh.
I mean, a lot of people did it, but it's kind of like it's kind of like the signature Sophie thing.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
it's like one of her signature moves.
I guess
I think she helped popularize that vibe for sure.
Pose, counter pose.
I like that, but I actually don't like how trimmed that got.
Okay.
Oh, what happened to this clip? I'm like, why is this clip being so weird? It's supposed to be like that, I think.
Just had it going the wrong way.
It's just gonna get sillier and sillier until I run out of time.
Yeah, that works, I guess. Let's see what that looks like. Oh yeah, there we go. Some good screeches. Just like the jumping into the. I think they're just gonna run at each other, so that'd be perfect.
Do you want me to put some of those in there?
Yeah, yeah,
There's like-
yeah, yeah. Those are great.
Okay, so these are cool, but they don't like last as long as I want them to. So here's how I'm gonna do that. I feel like there's like a good middle section of this one where it loops. Like I could probably loop this middle bit. So I'm just gonna like try duplicating it and crossfading it. Yeah, and then I can just do that again, duplicate it, crossfade it. I could probably have it play a little longer, duplicate it, crossfade it. This is very brute force. It's probably gonna sound funky.
I mean, this whole thing is pretty funky, so I'm gonna have them go like low. You're gonna get the uppercut in there, I think. Or we slap. I guess we're slapping, so let's get a good slap on them. Gotta hold back that slap.
So we'll have one start first. It'll be like this. It'll be like from the top. It's.
That's perfect, yeah. And then there'll be one loud smack right in the center. That's so he's gonna wind up for that.
And maybe I'll line it up so they like. No, that's not as cool as here.
Nice.
And I feel like they like want to like continue. So like, I'm going to group those real quick and automate a delay or I'm gonna reverb up on them so they just like. Or actually, well, no, I don't even think I'm gonna automate it. I'm just gonna crank that and I'll automate the delay up. I think that'll be keep it going longer. There we go. So it kind of like tails off like that. It's a little loud.
That's pretty sick. Wind up. Just gonna karate chop. Punch. Chop. Man, that arm is just like way messed up. Oh man, I can have you guys play some patty cake here.
Oh.
Actually high five each other.
I feel like me and my nemesis are cute.
Going in for the slice.
So I'm getting to this point where I feel like I'm like it's hard to make this entire thing as loud as I want it to be because I feel like it's all loud, right? Like which means I'm probably like blowing through my like I'm probably hitting this processing way too hot. Yeah. So I'm just gonna back up a second and turn down all my top level tracks down a bit.
Oh man, we're getting close. We might have to definitely make this a two-parter. We tried to see how fast we could do it, but I don't think it's possible to turn out a fully animated thing with sound. I mean, these models alone took, an hour to put together, so.
I'm just gonna quick export a copy of this.
Okay.
And then Discord. You want in Discord?
Yeah, try that. See if it's small enough. That will be quick.
All right. I guess everyone's gonna see who I chat with on Discord on the stream. I don't think anyone has any rude usernames. That's hopefully we haven't said anything rude on here about anybody. I'm like, oh geez.
Here, I can switch you real quick. Oh no, OBS just stopped responding.
Oh no.
So hopefully we're still live. If we are, this might be the end of us. I don't know what's happening. I'm gonna give it a second. I apologize if we went off. Oh, okay, we're back.
Great.
Okay, good. It didn't go.
I've just succeeded at sending you a thing, I think.
Okay.
Without revealing too much anyone's personal information on there.
Oh, there's Discord.
Where's my Windows? Here we go. Anyways, I feel like my work here is done.
Discord is not responding.
Oh, that's great. Well, yeah, maybe we'll have to share this in a second part with y'all sometime.
Just a little recap next week. Yeah, my whole computer is having a...
Oh, great. Oh, lovely. It's as great as time to go off the air anyways.
Yep. Oh, wait.
I guess we're gonna go off by brute force if we're still on.
Yeah, we're still here.
Okay, yeah. It's gonna be the sort of thing where we may just need to pull the plug.
All right, I got it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. There it is. Fightscene.wave. Go to our video sequencer. Drop that sucker in on channel 1. There it is. See if you guys can hear this.
I cannot.
Cory can't. Hold on. That actually fit pretty well. I just got to speed it up a little bit. I think the screaming starts
a little early. Yeah. We
around.
certainly didn't time any of that out. We just went for
No,
it, so.
yeah, but that first part is good.
I don't know why I'm not getting the audio, but whatever.
You should now.
Okay.
Oh man.
Well, it clearly needs a little work, but we have a concept.
Yeah. That startup was solid.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I gotta work on that part. Nice.
love it, dude.
Hey, for like not even.
Not even
syncing it
7
up,
yet.
but, yeah.
That's under an hour, and we have an original piece of music and a animation going.
Yeah.
for it. That's pretty good. That's
Sweet.
pretty good. It's a lot
yeah.
faster to like. I was just talking to someone about how like I'm using pre-made assets here like to make my song, but it's like a lot easier to make some decisions about how a few notes go on a guitar than it is about an entire motion of an entire person. So I have simpler choices to make. Anyways. All right, we're about to go off the air, so we should probably call it.
Yeah, cool. Next time we know our markers now. 7 seconds is when the screams start.
Love it. Yeah.
Cool. We'll probably continue this. I think it'll be pretty fun to wrap it up.
Certainly.
Good
All right.
practice.
We'll see you later.
Cool. Catch y'all next time.
Bye.